Up, world? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Dane's Desk. Today's title: We need collaborators, not cooperators. So this is kind of an off-the-cuff show, fresh off of another interview with Priscilla Clark on the high-powered podcast. So appreciate her for having me on. Big shouts out. Kind of thought I'd do a little debrief real quick, just to kind of wrap up what was shared, as well as give you guys a link to go check out the episode yourself. We were able to cover a lot of ground, and we were able to come to a lot of. We were able to make a positive agreement on what can be done moving forward. So, again, that was what my goals and what my goals and intentions are always. Or my goals and intentions lie. Again, I'm not trying to my thing ultimately is I'm not trying to create beef, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to cook some beef, I'm trying to cook. So we were able to cook, and even with some grease at a specific point in time. And overall, I enjoyed the conversation. I definitely enjoyed the conversation. I was glad that we were able to, come together and have a discussion of intellect on, the objective reality that we both observe and see, um, and come to a place of agreement in regards to the title of today's show. We came to the agreement, for the most part, that the world needs more collaborators than cooperators. And by collaborators, we were referring to individuals who have value. They're self-sufficient. They're independent. They've reached, in a sense, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. They've reached the highest level, and they are able to come to the table not as individuals looking to cooperate because they're lacking in some area, but as individuals who are willing to collaborate because they have something of value to share with the group, so that the group can achieve a big goal, and have a big vision, I should say, to achieve a big goal, and turn that from a vision into a reality. So on that point, like, yeah, like I would agree. Like that is the resolve. It is a resolve moving forward. But as we both stated, it's going to require both men and women making a conscious decision to, confront their boogeyman, so that they can elevate from their low level hedonistic principles to more high level hedonistic principles. And with that, we can get to a place where we have forward progress, and we're able to gain some traction moving forward, because we're no longer basing our visions or goals for others off of what, in a sense, they can do for us personally. It's more so about how we can collaborate together to achieve this goal over here. And I do believe that if we can, not if, but I do believe when we begin to move with that in mind, we will begin to see a lot more progress, and a lot more forward action moving forward. So, again, bridge the gap, as she titled the video, and I definitely agree that we were able to bridge a gap, and we at least have a better understanding of where each party is coming from. And that's important, because if you are striving to be a high level performer, you are striving to be an imagineer, you are striving to be a communicator, it requires that you are able to have effective conversation with others, especially those that you have a difference of opinion with. So the fact that we were able to do that, I said kudos to Priscilla, and I definitely look forward to having another discussion with her. So realize, ladies and gentlemen, that just because someone has a belief or a point of view or a position that is different than yours, it can only become a problem if you decide to feel threatened by it. So the key here is again to elevate from these low level vibrations to these higher level vibrations, these higher level principles, and focus on a bigger picture that requires that doesn't include yourself in a sense. It doesn't. It's about others. So the goal, the big picture, it has to be about others. It can't be about you. That's how we are able to work together from a perspective of collaboration as opposed to cooperation, so that we can turn our visions into a reality. So now that we have that established, I know moving forward that the conversation between the two of us will improve. But also too, hopefully, her perspective. Hopefully, I was able to share some insight with her, or something of value to her that she will be able to move forward with in life to help her become a better performer, high value performer. And because I know I got some clarity from her in regards to, again, just how she thinks, how she sees the world, and how we can collaborate together to achieve big things. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. But as we somewhat were discussing on the show, you're gonna have to put the work in. You're gonna have to elevate to a higher level of vibration. You're gonna have to do that in order to level up in life. In order to improve your every aspect of your life. You're going to have to level up. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to level up. And that level up specifically revolves around you acknowledging you aren't flawless at the end of the day. You're not perfect. You have areas of improvement in your life. You can think better thoughts. You can use better language, and that's really what it boils down to. Like, don't be afraid to be great. I mean, that's really what don't be afraid to be a better version of the person that you were yesterday. Because that's ultimately, where it all comes back to me. Not being afraid to be better than the person I was yesterday. So moving forward, my challenge to you guys is to again put the work in, start elevating, start operating on a higher level value, and understand too, like, paradigms. So the roadmaps human beings are using to navigate their way through life. Everybody doesn't have the same exact paradigm, even though in the West, for example, we're all born into the American paradigm of the American dream and Christianity and Catholicism for the most part, and that sets the foundation for the our belief systems at the end of the day. So you just have to again start being conscious of what you are thinking, what you are believing, and the impact that has on your motion and actions moving forward. So, on that note, this is probably going to be one of the quickest episodes because again, I'm just here to share that. Check out the episode on the High Power podcast with Priscilla Clark. We're bridging the gap, ladies and gentlemen, and I believe a bridge was built. And so again, it's okay to have a difference of opinion. It's okay not to agree. My challenge to you is, don't look for a reason to for there to be a problem, in a sense. Don't look for a reason to feel threatened. Like, look for common denominators, and talk about that, because if you talk long enough, you can get on the same page as a person, which is what I believe Priscilla and I were able to achieve. So again, check out the link below. High Powered Podcast with hosted by Priscilla Clark, and Bridging the Gap. Go check it out. Peace.